Hey, you guy.
Hello there.
What is up, Matthew?
The ceiling.
Good call. What are we doing?
We are doing the Gamers 2 podcast.
It's the square root of 49.
What?
It's the square root of 49.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to keep you on your toes. That's all it is.
I don't do math.
Don't want you to fall into the same old rigmarole each week. Just going to keep firing random questions at you. Who's the third king?
August. It is August 31st.
It is August 31st. We're on time this time.
2018. We weren't that bad.
I mean, we were 24 hours late.
They'll live.
They will live. They will all live.
People will live.
And if they don't, I don't know why you depend on us that much. Anyway.
That'd be frightening.
That would be super frightening.
Yep.
So, yeah, what is this? This is a video game-ish podcast.
Ish. I like that. Video game-ish podcast.
And that being said, what have you been up to this last week since recording?
Nothing exciting.
I'm going to assume not video games.
I've been playing some World of Warships.
Oh, yeah?
Struggling.
The good old your version of WoW?
Yeah, trying to get back into it.
I've made that joke before.
Yep. It's frustrating.
Yeah?
The WoW thing, because when I go to Google things or YouTube
you
videos,
can't use the acronym.
I can't. So
I own that acronym.
Yeah.
Me. It's my game. I'm entitled.
All right, well, share the money that you've made off that game then.
That's not... No, listen, I just... I wish.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so playing that. I find myself doing less playing and more just looking at stats and like watching videos. Because like my play style is different now, so it's weird. I don't know. And the meta is completely different, which,
of course,
it's just like
it changes everything.
It really does, and it's frustrating because like it's a very time consuming game as far as like to get
progress in it.
Yeah.
Without paying.
And all the progress I've made is down the Japanese cruiser line and the German battleship line. And they are probably the literal opposite of the meta at the moment. Both of them. So it's like, do I want to continue working against the meta? Because those are the higher leveled stuff that I have.
Yeah.
Or do I want to try a different line and have to regrind?
Yeah. Do I conform?
Yeah. And then, the meta will probably
switch back.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. And then watching the volleyball anime. That's our routine. We get home from work and make dinner and do all the chores things. And then we sit down and watch a bunch of episodes of a little redhead kid spiking volleyballs in people's faces.
It's a good time.
It is a good time. Yeah, that's about it. So that's my life. Volleyball anime and looking at battleships on computer screens. What have you been doing?
Trying to figure out what Max wants.
He wants his own podcast. He wants a cat and podcast. He's sandpapering your face. You need to exfoliate. He's trying to help you.
I appreciate the help. Hold on, I got him. We got this. I've been doing the normal. Been doing the WoW. Been doing the MLB. I've called it quits on Agents of Mayhem.
Just sick of it.
I was over halfway through the campaign according to the percentage. And I was just like, I get where we're at. Like, I can't.
I think we, in our old age, need to be more willing to accept that, we've reached all that we've needed from games, and we don't need to complete them.
Yeah. No, it's a combo of that, and like I had other stuff I want to play.
Yeah.
I want to play Graveyard Keeper. I have Into the Breach I want to play. There's.
Oh, did you get it for Switch?
No, I got it for Steam during the sale. The summer sale. But like, are you just trying to fuck with me, homie?
Well, that's a bold move right there. I hope he lays straight on the keyboard.
He lays on the keyboard. There's a chance we lose all of you in about 10 seconds.
That'd be the first time ever.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Max.
Send me into a rage. Yeah, so that's been... I played it about an hour, Graveyard Keeper. I'm enjoying it so far. I was going to show you. I had a weird problem with the side of my screen's kind of freaking out, but that seems to apparently have fixed itself.
It was you subconsciously did it yourself, so that it gave you an excuse to buy a new video card.
Oh, I needed to buy a new video card for Graveyard Keeper of all games. The Pixel game I needed to buy a new graphics card for. And then I haven't been reading anything. I'm about to finish, or I guess get completely caught up on Westworld. I'm in episode 10 right now. I'm part way, a little bit into it, but I think it's one that I need to sit down and watch based on the craziness I've kind of heard. And then once that is over, it is into or attempting to watch, depending on how good or bad it is, the Jack Ryan that came out today.
Oh, that dropped.
That dropped today.
What is it? Who does that? Is that Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon. Amazonian Tom Clancy.
Did they drop the whole season, or are they doing
I didn't look.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Way to be prepared, Nate.
I can find out in 10 seconds. Give me a minute. And then I've just been, doing my good old baseball, soccer. Soccer's getting a little... But, yeah, baseball. Still also getting a little... But, we're reaching the postseason, so we'll see how it all goes.
Nice.
Nice. Why?
Thinking.
Yep. I'm not going to do that right now.
Okay.
I was going to try to look it up, but...
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
My phone's annoying, so we're going to move on.
What's wrong with your phone? When are you getting a new phone?
When am I getting a new phone? That's a good question. Hopefully soon. Probably actually won't be until October sometime, but...
You going to wait for the new iPhones?
Yeah, I'm going to get a new iPhone.
September 13th, in case you were wondering.
I'll use your weird gun thing to shoot the iPhone through my skull. Things I don't have to wait for, though, Matt. Segue. Would be the new releases that came out this week, which is a list of 20, you might notice.
That's longer than normal.
There were something like 30-plus games coming out to PlayStation 4 this week. Why? Is nobody curating? Oh, yeah, that's right. No, they don't.
Who was it? Someone said to me that there's less games coming out.
Who?
And I was like...
Who said that?
I don't remember. I can't remember now, but I was like, there's probably about 15 to 20 new games a week at least.
At least, and I cut the list every time.
Yeah, it's...
Whoever's doing that needs to listen to this so they get some edumacation.
Edumacated.
Get yourself edumacated, sheeple. Here we go. Number 1. Bow to Blood. PS4 VR.
Sounds morbid.
It does. Catch and Release. PS4 VR.
Is that a fishing game?
Oh, you bet your ass it's a fishing game.
Nice.
Donut County. PS4 and PC.
Is that a donut eating simulator?
It is not.
Oh.
Remember that one where you just are a hole and you're just absorbing things?
Oh my god! Yeah, that game looked awesome.
That's what that one is.
I don't know why it looked awesome, but I just relate to that.
Downward Spiral Horus Station. PS4 VR. Fear the Wolves. PC Early Access.
Oh. Is it just out?
Early
access.
access.
Legit early access.
I believe so, yeah. Fire Pro Wrestling World for the PS4 for all you people that love the classic wrestling games.
I fuck with some wrestling games.
I can fuck with those ones.
Me and my brother used to do Hell in the Cell all the time in the old WWF, whatever.
Yeah. I have one of them for PC. I think it's 15 or something because it was part of a Humble Monthly over 2 years ago. 15 or 16. Would have been 16 and I had it last year. And then there was On the Super Nintendo upstairs, I have one of the other wrestling ones. I don't remember what the name of the game is, though. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. You could have a pail as a weapon, like a metal bucket.
Yeah.
And I don't think the thing ever took like durability damage. And you just sit there and swing it over your head the entire time. It's basically broken. So yeah, Fire Pro Wrestling World for PS4. Take a look. Take a look, friends. Enjoy it. Who knows? Maybe Matt and I will not do anything with it because that's what we do. Firewall PS4 VR. Monster Hunter Generations for the Switch. The Golf Club for PS4.
Oh, the Golf Club. That was the golf game that actually looked like it might be decent.
That was the golf game that is not being made by EA. It is currently being published by 2K, but they're just publishing it for him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See if it can irritate me less than everybody's golf.
Yeah. Warhammer 40K Inquisitor Martyr PS4 Xbox. The Blob 2 for Switch. Mini Metro for the Switch. Pro Evolution Soccer 2019 for PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC.
Should have looked up reviews for that.
Pro Evolution?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, just out of curiosity.
Kenny bought it. I know.
Okay.
This is the part where I'm pretty sure Kenny doesn't listen. So I bought 2018 last year.
Yeah.
And showed him it, and we were both like joking around about like some of the problems and yada yada. And then this year he's like, "Yeah, I saw some streamers playing it. It looked pretty good. And there's this feature like My Club thing." I'm like, "We've gone over this already. We talked about this last. Did you just forget the entire thing we talked about?"
He just wants he
wants to not hear it from me. I think that's the key. I put 50 hours into 2018. Like, whatever. The Messenger for Switch and PC. Claybook for PS4. 2 Point Hospital for PC. Now, this is one that I definitely would love to just sit down and record something with you because it's a PC hospital simulator.
Oh.
Like management, like build up.
Oh, you manage a hospital?
Yeah, pretty much that. Like SimCity, but it's a hospital.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I would love to just let you drive and us just try to have a successful hospital. We never would, but it'd be way too entertaining.
I mean, we might make a lot of money.
Oh yeah, but we would never make nobody would live.
Oh no.
No, you get more money if they die.
Exactly.
You string them on and on and on and on and on, and you kill them.
Yeah, you gotta just repair them just enough.
Yeah, just enough.
They get out the door.
They either have to come back in. Yeah, they say they either have to come back in, or we're the only ones that can do it in the area. You're gonna have to hang out.
So basically, we're gonna model it after our current
healthcare.
Healthcare.
Divinity Original Sin 2 for the PS4. NBA 2K19 The Prelude.
What does that mean?
For PS4 and Xbox. I believe that's the like my career little character part that you can play beforehand. It's like not the full game, it's just the part dealing with your created character or whatever. Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker for PS4, Xbox, and PC. And Think of the Children makes its way to PS4.
That's interesting. I'm going to have to buy that to play with Samantha.
That will, yeah, and you think Human Fall Flat went bad. That you actually have to pay attention to and run around.
I know, but it'll be hilarious for me because
that's like
she'll identify with the children aspect of it, and she'll urgently want to save them all.
It's like playing Overcooked.
And I could watch her fall to pieces because she can't save the children.
Yes, I'm here to torture my fiance.
Yes. Yes, we all know that that's really what they're there for.
Yeah, that's true. Headline time.
All right.
Yep.
I'll start off, I guess.
Yeah, you will.
Yes, master. Yes.
Yes.
Every once in a while, we're treated to a fun story from EVE Online.
We're into the second sentence of this, and you wrote them.
I know, right? Sorry, choking over here. I'm dying. Every once in a while, we're treated to a fun story from EVE Online that really makes you think about what's possible in an MMO. This week, we have another tale. EVE Online held a GM week in celebration of their game masters and all the work they do, including combating I can't not read today.
This is going to go real well for all the other
Combating
11 stories we have.
Cheating and botting. To celebrate, the GM team teleported ships from known cheaters into neutral space and marked them such that players could destroy them without any repercussions. Thought that was a cool idea. There's stories out there that go a way bit into more detail if you're interested. I didn't want to get too into the weeds on this because no one will know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, that, and it's also Eve. If you get into the weeds are about 30 feet high, and you'll never see your way out of it.
The cool part about it is they did it as a special event, but they didn't really tell people what they were doing.
Ah, okay.
So essentially there's neutral space, and players can't attack each other in neutral space, obviously.
Right.
But what they did was they said, hey guys, there's going to be a special event. Be here at this time. So, people were sitting around, and then they teleported. A ship arrived, a player ship. Carrier, super carriers. I'm assuming they're like mid-level, mid-size ships. And everyone's like, okay, that's interesting. But the part about it that was interesting was that it was marked as suspected, which basically means that if you were to attack it, the in-game like NPC police and stuff like that moderates the neutral zone won't care.
Yeah.
So it took the players all of like a minute to figure out that like, oh, we can kill this thing.
Yeah.
So they proceeded to destroy it. And through the course of like the day, they just kept dropping in more ships. And the whole time, some of the GMs were like running Twitch streams and doing AMAs and like, just socializing with the community and telling them like, these are all people that are known to cheat and are botting, and we've confiscated their ships and are
destroying them.
Yeah, publicly executing them.
Publicly executing cheaters.
Mm-hmm. And then they finished the week off as the last event. They brought in a Titan class ship, which is like the largest ship you can buy or get in the game, and they're, super hard to get. And I think they said 700 players were there to destroy it. So
that's funny.
I really like that idea, though.
I like the idea of public execution of the cheaters. Like, yeah, we know you're cheating. Keep going. It ain't gonna matter at the end.
Yeah.
Number deuce. Polygon's Alex Revelio has written a really interesting piece about a Visceral Games project that was canceled, even though it was about 95% complete. Isn't that every Visceral project?
It's funny you should mention that. If you read, I don't think I say it in here, but if you read through the entire, it's a really long article. At the end, they go through basically all the games that it morphed into or were spurned off of it to keep like the assets, you know, and they all get canceled in the end. So through the course of the article, there's maybe like 3 or 4 games that are canceled.
Jeez. It's pretty lengthy, the article that is, but definitely some good insight into the industry and EA's choices related to Visceral Games. In case you're curious, they're probably all shit. The article focuses mostly on the game The Ripper and the project spun from it, which all ended prematurely. The Ripper was an alternate history story about Jack the Ripper, which included vampires and other craziness.
The concept sounded interesting, but I don't think it would have been...
I think the only way it's good is if it's a Sherlock game, and those usually aren't good.
Yeah, it was. It would have been... I don't think it would have been received well just because of the whole Jack the Ripper aspect of it.
Like people just hating Jack the Ripper?
Like, yeah, the fact that you are Jack the Ripper.
Oh, you are Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the case.
Yeah. So their concept was you are Jack the Ripper, and the people that you actually kill are vampires and such.
Oh, well, that's different.
But
I mean, you're not mutilating and raping whores.
The thing
or
was,
were you?
The thing was
maybe
that
that was the whole story back then. He thought they were all vampires, and he was saving everybody.
They wanted you to basically recreate the murders. And I was like, oh, this could get too... I was like, I didn't read the whole thing because it is really long. But I was like, I skimmed through it and was like, oh, this could have went really bad. Like, Number 3. Blizzard has announced that Belgian players of Overwatch and Heroes of the Storm will no longer have access to loot boxes to comply with Belgian law. Blizzard released a statement via their forums saying, quote, while players in Belgium will no longer be able to purchase paid loot boxes in Overwatch and loot chests in Heroes of the Storm, they'll still be able to earn them by playing the games, and they still have access to all in-game content, end quote. The interesting part of their statement was a little bit earlier in the quote that we just read. And in reference to Belgian law, they said, quote, while we at Blizzard were surprised by this conclusion and do not share the same opinion, we have decided to comply with their interpretation of Belgian law. As a result, we have no choice but to implement measures, end quote.
So, this is what you wanted. We don't think you're right, but whatever. Fuck you. I mean, whatever. I guess if they're still in the game, so it's one thing.
Yeah, they're just not purchasable, I guess.
They're the ones that I get it that loot boxes have an overarching bad mentality, but when they're just cosmetics, like whatever, and that's what these ones are. These actually aren't game changing, and that's when I have the problem is when stuff is game changing. Whatever.
Actually,
we've talked about that ad nauseum.
Yeah, I didn't even make the reference, but number 5 is also about the same topic.
Perfect. We're going to number 5 then. Number 5, PEGI, the European Video Game Ratings Board, the equivalent of what the ESRB, right?
Yep.
Will start placing warning badges on physical games for in-game purchases. The warning label is a gray square with an outline of a hand holding a credit card with the words in-game purchases underneath the graphic. Maybe we'll see something similar eventually in the US. So the funny thing there is whenever you watch a European trailer, you can immediately hear the PEGI 16,
yep.
PEGI 18, PEGI in-game purchases. Like
apparently they are already doing it for digital versions of games, and they have been for a little bit now.
This is just the first time we're going on the box.
Yeah, and they are rolling it out. They said they expect to roll it out in December. So, yeah, not that we'll see that because we're ESRB.
Yeah, and ESRB has to make their own decisions.
Faux shizzle.
I won't be surprised if we see it at some point. So,
I don't know. Like, I feel like in America, at least, it could go either way because we're so like.
I don't think you're going to get a special sticker.
Yeah.
But the way they just list out why the game's rated that way, I won't be surprised if it gets slotted in there.
Yeah, definitely. I could see them doing that. Like, we're too all about those corporations to hinder their profit.
All about that money, money, money. And I'm in a world, and I'm in the price tag.
Thank you for that slight intermission.
You're welcome. I'll be here all night.
Back
Quite
up
literally,
to
I have
number
nowhere
4.
else to go.
That sounds sad.
Oh, it is, though.
Back up to number 4. Battlefield 5 will be delayed till November 20th.
Holy shit, who saw this coming?
DICE general manager said this about the delay. Quote, we're going to take the time to continue making some final adjustments to core gameplay and to ensure we really deliver on the potential of Tides of War, end quote. So yeah, they delayed it to get away from Red Dead Redemption 2, Fallout 76, and Black Ops 4. Interesting tidbit, after the announcement, EA's shares dropped 10%.
The shares thing is a no shit. Like, whatever, you delayed your giant title.
Yeah.
Two things. One, yeah, you're running away from Red Dead. Smart. You're also running away from Call of Duty. Smart. You're getting closer, technically, to Fallout. But that's whatever. They're different.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, they would have, had they released it, they would have Titanfall 2'd it, I think, where they're putting Titanfall 2 out in between Call of Duty and their own Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
The two gigantic titles and trying to tell it to survive. You're about to put out Battlefield when Call of Duty's had more press around it, I would say. And then Red Dead, which everybody is for the most part, everybody is a guaranteed I'm in week 1. And you put it out the week before, not 2 weeks to fight directly with Call of Duty. You put it out the week after Call of Duty, which doesn't kill you immediately. But then you put it out a week before Red Dead, when everybody will drop your game in 1 week. So moving it to November 20th is interesting that it's the 20th, putting you 1 week ahead of Black Friday.
The other interesting part about that, though, is like that's essentially the last game of that season, which I guess that's them. I don't know. Maybe that's their only choice in this situation, but that's putting a lot of faith that your game is going to stack up well. Like, it's going to stack up favorably to the rest of those games. Because, like, that's a lot of games to purchase in a short span of time.
Yep.
That you're, like, most gamers are going to want to play all of them.
Right.
And something's going to, like, not everyone could get every single game. And to put your game out last and be like, oh, I feel like their sales are going to be weak regardless. But maybe, they'll have like a late push in spring or something like that to like a marketing campaign or something.
So they're putting it out the week of Black Friday.
That's interesting.
That's a Tuesday. That's a Tuesday release into Thanksgiving weekend.
How's that going to work? Because they're not going to want to put it on sale.
No.
Interesting.
Maybe they benchmark that and then they say they come up one. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I think they should have.
Also, I'm really annoyed that according to U.S. holidays, Black Friday gets a holiday, but Thanksgiving's not on my calendar. Fuck off.
Oh my God, because you can't make money off Thanksgiving, so they're like,
we can't sell enough pumpkin spice to the basic bitches after Halloween. So what do we do?
Thanksgiving's not real.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's not the time that I eat the most food. And Christmas, another holiday, Easter.
It's fat season.
Oh, we're almost there. My hip really wants to pop, but it's not going to. Kinda.
Getting that arthritis.
It's just, yeah.
There's an arthritis commercial on Hulu when I was watching. And, they're listing the symptoms of arthritis. And Samantha just, does this slow turn to look at me. And I'm like, yeah, I have arthritis. All right, what do you want from me?
Yeah, I get it. I'm old and I can't move. Fuck you. All right. Number 6. Nintendo of America held a Nintendo Direct that focused on indie games. The big surprise was the sudden release of Into the Breach, which I mentioned earlier, and is previously only available on PC. Here is what else they announced. Miniko's...
These are in order of release. Okay. Like, most of them are 2019.
Most are 2019?
2019.
Okay. Miniko's Night Market. Samurai Gun 2. The World Next Door. King of the Hat. I've played King of the Hat.
Yeah?
Played it at PAX.
Nice.
Interesting concept. It's a Smash Bros. Style, only to say that it is a 2D fighter, platform fighter, that you all have your whatever character.
I think we watched gameplay of it.
You have a hat.
Yeah.
We might have talked about this during Nate's Paxtravaganza.
Yeah, I think we watched a decent amount of gameplay on it too.
Yeah, the hat goes away and you get the hat stomped on, you lose a life. Yada.
But you can throw it and stuff too.
Yeah, you throw your hat away. If you get hit without your hat on, then you don't die. It's just all these. The next game is Untitled Goose Game, and yes, that's the actual name. The Messenger. We mentioned that one earlier. That came out to I think what did I say? It came out to PC and Switch.
Oh, maybe it's out.
Hyperlight Drifter. Bastion, really fun game. Wasteland 2, Director's Cut. Light Fingers. Towerfall Ascension?
I don't know.
No?
Just said Towerfall.
Dragon Marked for Death. Treasure Stack. Zarvit. Bullet Age. Levelhead. Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery. EP. The Jackbox Party Pack number 5. What?
I'm curious if that's a typo or not.
The Sorcery?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Trust me, I think you're okay there. I was going to call you out on it, and I was like, I don't think it's actually a typo, though. Transistor, and Desert Child. A lot of games, mostly ports,
Yeah,
but cool.
mostly indie.
Yep. Oh yeah, I don't think there's anything in there I consider AAA.
All AAA. Untitled Goose Game.
Untitled Goose Game is AAA.
Number 7.
So is King of the Hat. They totally didn't have it running on on plastic crates. They had the biggest booth at PAX. Oh, they didn't.
Number 7. The PlayStation blog gave us some info on Spider-Man's DLC plans. The first DLC is called Spider-Man, the City That Never Sleeps, and is released in 3 installments. The first, called The Heist, arrives on October 22nd. November brings Turf Wars, and December is the release window for Silver Lining. Each installment is $9.99 separately, or $24.99 for the whole The City That Never Sleeps DLC.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't either. It's like episodic DLC.
It's episodic DLC after you're doing a $60 game again.
Mm-hmm. That's not out yet.
That's not out yet.
Here's the DLC. Here's when it's coming out. Here's how much it's going to cost. By the way, the game's out in 2 weeks.
Which still scares me. How quick can you finish the game?
Yeah, right?
10, 12 hours and I'm done? And then I'm waiting until, October?
I think that's the big concern at the moment is the game length. It seems like.
Especially when this is happening, that scares me. We will see. There was also, I don't know if you saw some of the graphics discussion that was happening between the E3 trailer and current gameplay.
I haven't. The only thing I saw was I think like a meme screenshot of some kind.
Yeah, there was a meme one where it was current graphics and then it showed the old. I don't know if it was Atari one, but no, they take the side by side of when you're sitting on one of the I-beams in the construction fight.
Yeah.
You're sitting on an I-beam and looking down at the guys you're about to fight. And I think their arguments were it's a compressed footage. Lighting is different. And something else. And I'm yes, those might all be true. But it does look substantially just detail looks less. Even without the lighting, it is not rendered as high to my eyes. But whatever, I don't care as long as the game's good. That's not going to be bothering. I'm going to be moving around so much, it's not going to bother me that much.
Yeah.
But it's rare. And the other thing too is rarely do we have a game go from E3 goodness to better at launch. God of War.
I was going to say God of War.
God of War, Doom, and another one that I can't remember. Fallout maybe are a couple exceptions. And notice that those are really good titles. But most of the time it is a step slightly backwards.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. The video compression one's kind of funny to me because so all of your other videos,
the video I'm watching this on isn't compressed.
Yeah,
it's weird. Number 8. Blizzard's MMO World of Warcraft is still alive and kicking after 14 years. The new expansion, Battle for Azeroth, sold 3.4 million copies on launch day, a new record for WoW expansions. Legion and Cataclysm were the previous record holders, with 3.3 million units on their first day. Thank you, announcer man.
Blizzard or WoW gets announcer man.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I'll gaming circle jerk that. They only beat it by what's that? 100,000.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
But still going strong.
Yeah. What's have they put out numbers recently?
Subscriber count numbers?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm sure it was something down to, oh no, we're at people are like, oh, you're at 7 million in July, and they're like, oh, we don't give a shit, and they're probably 15 million now. It's probably not actually that high, but I think the last spike from Legion saw them go back up to 11 or something.
How's Battle?
How is Battle? It's a battle. It's tense. Slight blood. I haven't had to put on my war paint and bandana yet. But I'm ready.
I have a bandana I wear for when I'm gaming. I haven't had to put it on in a while.
I haven't. There's a bandana somewhere in this house, but I've never worn it for gaming.
Look at the hair on my forehead really
Yeah,
bothers
your
me.
hair's longer than mine. Mine also just tends to stay back here.
Yeah. Mine likes to do ticklies.
Yeah, mine
And then I
starts doing.
sweat profusely.
When mine starts doing the ticklies,
Gross.
I'm like, I need to get this thing cut. And if it's bad enough, there's a chance that someday I get tickled and I'm just like, shave it off. No, I'm done with it.
Yeah, I want to shave my head. I'm not allowed.
You've been really short before.
Yeah.
There was a day you came into Target. It might have been when you did your stash the first time. And you were stashed and then really short everywhere. And I was like, who fuck's that? Oh, that's Matt.
Yeah. It just gets old after a while, you know? I don't.
Oh, hey, man, I feel you. I understand the change up. Trust me. I go a month between haircuts now.
That's about what I do, and it's just out of laziness, really.
It's pretty much out of laziness, and I don't want to pay twice a month for a haircut. Let's be honest.
True.
I got money to spend on other things.
Yeah.
Cocaine. Hookers.
Cocaine.
I do cocaine.
Okay.
Can we derail right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're talking about cocaine, I know this is a weird sidetrack. You've seen Black Dynamite, right?
Yes.
Michael Jai White. You jive motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ha-ha, I threw that shit before I walked in the room. I just go off on Black
You
Dynamite.
love that movie.
Oh, it's so good. The Fiendish Dr. Wu.
Are they doing a second one?
Yes, so they're supposed to be doing a second one. I also saw that there was first off, cocaine, drugs are in the movie. That's where that's the only thing connecting those two statements, is that there's drugs in the movie. But I was also on Reddit earlier, and in the fake history subreddit was my uncle in Vietnam, and it's him when he's on Kung Fu Island, and he's in the all black with the giant fro and everything. And it took people longer than I wanted to say it was Black Dynamite. They're all like, yeah, Tropic Thunder. I'm like, what? No, that is not Robert Downey Jr.
That's another movie that needs a sequel.
Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
I think it does well to stay where it is.
I don't know, man. I think that movie's really underrated.
I think it's underrated, but I think it does exactly what it should there.
He does the whole... I've never listened to it, but apparently Robert Downey Jr. does the whole commentary for the movie in character.
Yes, he does. He does it exactly in character. I've listened to some of it. But the idea with the Black Dynamite one, they are apparently doing a Western.
The sequel is a Western.
I don't know if it's the sequel,
but
or if it's another movie. They might be two. They might be two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
There might be
spiritual successor or successor.
There might be two movies coming out.
Oh,
I'm just saying they're also doing a Western. Whether it's the sequel or not, I'm not positive. But they are doing a Western, like something of Johnny Black. And we're not doing it now. We will watch the trailer together after, because I started laughing my ass off at work and I had to stop. I watched the first 10 seconds, heard the narration, and went, nope, can't do this here.
Jesus. What a time to be alive. Speaking of that, I want to go see the Klansman movie. That Klansman movie. Have you seen the hell is it? It's a comedy.
Oh,
and it's like the black detective who's faking that he's part of the Klan.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen a trailer for that. The one I wanted to see.
It's got Adam Driver in it as well.
Oh, okay. I think I do know what you're talking about. The one that I wanted to see was the one with Oscar Isaac, and they're hunting for Hitler's lieutenant or something in South America.
We'll have to watch that. I don't know what that is. We'll have to look into that.
That one's, I think, out this week or last week. Anyway,
is it a comedy as well?
No, it's serious.
Okay.
It's him and Ben Kingsley, I think, are the two leading actors. Anyway, number 9. Ooh.
Microsoft has announced an interesting program called Xbox All Access.
You get all that access from that Xbox.
Essentially,
all that ass. I couldn't stop myself.
Essentially, Xbox All Access is a way to finance an Xbox. For $35 a month, for 24 months, you get an Xbox One X, 24 months of Xbox Game Pass, and 24 months of Xbox Live Gold.
Oh, that's a pretty good deal, Matt. Where would I get that? Oh, stores. More Microsoft. Who cares?
The same deal is available for the Xbox One S for $22 a month.
That seems like a cheaper deal.
And the program is only available in Microsoft stores for a limited time. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that just means that it's not like, available indefinitely. And also...
That's usually what a limited time means, Matt.
I know, but like, you know what I mean. Like, they didn't say, it's only available for this week. It's like probably...
I'm assuming like through holiday or something.
And you also need to have a Dell preferred account or whatever the hell it is to do it. It's like Dell's financing.
If you do it through that, yeah. But I think they said they were doing credit checks too. The same way, like when you get a new phone, they run your credit. That's the article I saw said they were doing that.
I don't know.
As long as you quote unquote qualify, and I think that's what they were interpreting.
Which is essentially it's Dell's preferred account thing is basically a Dell credit card.
But why is it using Dell? It's Microsoft.
I don't know.
That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, but for $35 a month,
I feel like
for terrible. 2 years, you get an Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the best console that exists. 24 months of Game Pass. Going forward, if you were to do that now, that's not too bad. I mean, you get Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, you'll get Forza Horizon, you should, in theory, see Crackdown, and Gears of War, and potentially new Halo.
So let's do the math there. How much did I say it was?
I mean, you could just probably Google the article real quick if you wanted to. 35
by 24 months.
Yep.
$840.
Right. So what's an Xbox One price?
$500 for a One X.
For a One X plus $120. No. No, wait, hold on. Plus
Xbox
$200
Live Gold,
plus $240.
Is that both combined?
Or no? It's supposed to be $10 a month, I think, for Game Pass. But I think if you do a year, it's only $100. So plus $200.
What else is?
And then
Live
Xbox
Gold,
Live
60,
Gold is $60 for a year. So plus another $120.
What did you say? $200. So you're paying $20 more
to do which? To do the payment?
Yes.
Okay, so $20 more
interest, essentially,
is really not that bad. If you want to do the math on the other one, do 22 times 24, and then plus the other numbers.
528. So, what's an Xbox One S right now? 300?
200? 250?
250.
We'll use 250.
250 is fair.
250.
And then 200. Yeah, that's the better deal by far.
Technically.
Yeah, because
but
if you buy everything separately, it's actually more expensive.
Yeah. If you want to play, high fidelity graphics and yada yada, that everything else that the Xbox One X touts, it's a way to do it without having to drop a big sum of money at one time.
An article I looked at, though, pointed out that the warranty is the same. So you're still only warranted for 1 year.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Manufacturers, though, I mean.
Yeah. So
I'm sure they offer extended through to the store and yada yada. And you do end up owning the system after you're done. It's not like a rental thing.
Yeah.
Not a lease.
Yeah. I mean, the systems don't break generally unless you treat them like garbage.
Yeah, unless you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's really it.
I mean, the technical joke there is I know you're not a piece of shit, but you can't hear my PlayStation when it's running downstairs for the most part. I know you complain of a whine in yours, but
mine's the fan's dirty. So
you can't you can't hear mine.
Sounds like a goddamn Harrier taking off.
I hear mine when I start it up initially, if I'm playing the show, and then after a little while, it kind of goes silent, and I don't hear it anymore. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever. Number 10. For funsies, funsies, let's talk about a ridiculous battle station. What ridiculousness should I do for this if it's going to be actually ridiculous?
I mean, it's not... The battle station's ridiculous, but what we have to say is not, so...
I feel like it should be, though. Oh, well. Acer's Predator Thronos. It's 5 feet tall. You know what? I can.
Uh-oh.
Let me loosen up here. It's 5 feet tall, 485 pounds, and capable of supporting 3 27-inch curved monitors. That's a lot of monitors, a lot of space. It also has motorized recliner that can tilt back 140 degrees with a built-in footrest. Of course, there is no price available yet, but just look that shit up, because it's something fucking intense.
That was like kind of Trump, but kind of
But
like,
not.
Yeah.
I couldn't get there with the Trump one. I was gonna go there initially, and I was just like,
There wasn't enough there, really.
yeah, I was just like, here's the best. Like, gosh, I don't even know how I did it the night I did it.
140 degrees, the best degrees.
I know a lot of people. I can't. Oh God, I wish I could remember how I did it that night.
Oh well.
A lot of smart people. A lot of really intelligent people.
All right. Anyways, moving on from.
But okay, no, let's move on from my shitty impression. Let's go back to the fact that is 3 27-inch curved monitors.
Yeah.
And do we notice those come with it?
I don't.
Or is it just the rig? And are we not counting? Are we not counting?
I don't think it does
else?
because what I read stated it can support up to 3 27-inch curved monitors.
Or is that saying that they're going to make different models so you could have smallers and biggers?
I would assume that's the case because like it's Acer Predator series, so why not be like, hey, you can get it with 3 Acer Predator monitors.
I am the best. Anyway, yeah, it's
all motorized too. Like it's got.
Why do you need to recline 140 degrees in that thing?
It's got a footrest, so when you start to recline, the footrest comes out motorized, and there's like a side thing that pops out that you put accessories
Grandma's
on.
Boy.
It's ridiculous. Whatever it is, it's ridiculous.
You've seen Grandma's Boy, right?
I have not.
You never seen Grandma's Boy?
No, it's one of those movies that kind of was like, everyone was freaking out about it, and
I never freaked out about it. I watched it at Comedy Central at like 2 a.m. one morning, and I was like, all right. But the super nerd in it programs in a chair like that.
That's ridiculous.
Alone in a room. I just can't even.
See, the thing about it that I'm most intrigued about
to understand
is just the seating position. Like, the idea that you can sit in a reclined chair and everything's still there at the correct place for you to use it.
Can we just get like this option to have an arm come out from behind my bed and I just lay on my bed and watch him play like that?
I guess. I mean,
like I don't need a chair. I'll just never get out of bed.
I mean, I guess you could probably. I'm like thinking about this now because that's like the ideal thing is like to be able to play successfully in like a reclined position. What if you took an architect's
idea
table?
would be if I just cut my head off and didn't need my body, and I could plant my head, not my body. I don't need that anymore. It's useless.
Throw it away.
We're moving on. We're cyber times. We'll get there in a second. And I just plant my head on a control unit that can control.
So you look like Herc from my Far Cry 5 DLC.
Kind of. So I either need my arms or I don't even need my arms and everything just works with my eyes. And I'm just like, cool. This is now my vegetative state. Somebody feed me a cheeseburger. And then I just sit there all day.
Funny you should say that because that's also the high-level gameplay for Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, shit. No. Matt, with the segues.
That was terrible. That's false advertising.
Oh, really?
That's not really high-level gameplay for Cyber.
No, that'd be really low, high-level gameplay.
But
that'd be halfway up, Matt.
You can stick metal pieces into your body.
Perfect. Let's talk about that then. What can I ram in my crevices?
Praying mantis arms. You saw what I'm talking about with those things, man?
Oh, yeah. That just makes me think of I'm a crab wearing loafers.
So...
now I'm thinking of the ska thing. Pick it up.
Oh, here's the other thing.
Oh, great.
So, what is the developer of Cyberpunk 2077?
Is this going to be like a thing where you get to ask me what bread is and I say toast and then we say something else and I screw it up?
Yeah, something
All
like
right. CD Projekt Red.
Okay, so they call themselves CD Projekt.
Okay. I mean,
And
they're Polish.
I heard them say that, and I was like, what? What did he say?
I mean, they're Polish.
What did he say? That freaked me out for a bit.
We are here at CD Projekt.
Yeah, but I don't know what to do now because literally most people say project.
Right, because we're
Most.
dumb Americans.
But do I be that
I go
elitist?
myself to Italia, all right?
Like, I'm the person who always says caramel, and it always pisses everyone off.
Versus caramel.
Yes. Always pisses everyone off. And I'm afraid that's what this is going to
Do
be.
you spell couleur with a U and a favorite with a U?
So I feel
French sacre bleu.
I feel obligated
You're
to
a traitor
use...
to your country.
Jesus.
Sign this man up for treason. He's got a wife that speaks Russian.
Freaking.
Dude, you got a problem there?
Yeah, this wasp, man, tried to kill me. Now my leg itches.
Well, I figured it was Max.
I feel obligated to say it the way that they the way they say their name.
We can do that from now
I
on.
don't want to though. Then I feel like I'm a video game elitist. You're not pronouncing it right. It's not project, okay? It's project. You like how I pinched the nose there and made the name.
Make sure you tip your fedora and tip your waiters.
Anyways, so
it's not bad if you don't correct somebody on it. What was the other one we were always joking about? Was it a TV manufacturer? I can't remember if it was a TV. It's the same thing with Renault and Renault.
Oh, I don't remember.
Porsche and Porsche.
Yep, that's another one.
It's a Porsche. La Ferrari. I can't think if there was a TV one we knew a while ago that we were having a discussion about.
I mean, Vizio gets...
Asus.
Oh, yeah, Asus. Yeah. But they put out like a video.
I know.
On it, which is like a whole nother thing. Ubisoft is another one.
Is it Linux or Linux?
Yeah, that's true. Well, Ubisoft, like I say Ubisoft, I think you say Ubisoft.
Yeah, I say Ubisoft.
Yeah, I say Ubisoft.
But I say Isgimo. So
I don't even try to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Because...
So where do you really want to stand? You're a corporate shill. I at least care about the people.
Wow. Digging deep. All right.
So you're going to be out here saying Projekt, and I'm going to be like, Stanislav over there doesn't give a shit. That might be too Russian. I don't know.
Don't make me send you to the gulag.
Me and Dobrokev.
So, CD Projekt Red.
There's a really good mission called No Russian. It's a Modern Warfare 2 one in which you slaughter an airport.
Oh.
It was the first one first mission you were allowed to skip.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't.
Controversy.
I'll tell you right now, I didn't. I'll tell you right now.
I skipped it.
You ever need to get...
Who fucking skipped that mission?
You ever need to get some rage out, you pop Modern Warfare 2 back in and murder an airport.
The only people that skipped that mission were the kids whose mom walked in the room at that time.
I don't even think they did that because I think you had to declare it before you were playing the campaign. You could have, I think at any point, I think you could have probably hit the start menu and hit skip. But I believe at the beginning of the campaign said, "Are you okay with X?" And it was with whatever. I can't remember what they said. If it was severe blood and gore, it's just something weird like that. Anyway, so you want to talk about CD Projekt Red's game?
Yeah, so CD Projekt Red showed off Cyberpunk 2077.
They're Polish, not Russian.
Close enough.
I'm out here making Soviet jokes. They should be making Nazi Germany jokes, if anything.
Yeah,
they're my people. What am I doing? I love Polish food. Give me some pierogies.
I don't like them. I don't like everyone.
Really, I mean, the joke there is like I can say I love Polish food. I just want pierogies. I don't give a shit about the rest of it.
Yeah. I don't like them.
Sauerkraut? I don't even know if that might be German, but like
that is German.
I'm that too.
Well, as far as I know, it's German. I mean,
I'm both of those things, but like screw that.
It's hard to tell anymore since Germany just kind of absorbed that whole area.
Yeah, since there was a solid point where they probably raped everybody in Europe.
Jesus.
Did they not?
Calm yourself down. They did steal a lot of artwork. I know that.
And also, I know we saw a few movies about that.
I watched this really interesting.
You know what? You know what else they did? They probably stared at goats. That's another just a weird movie reference. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. It has George Clooney in it.
Yeah, so does the other one, doesn't it? Doesn't Monument Men also have him?
It fucking does. Monuments Men. I went and saw that with Amy.
Monuments Men?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, she was really thrilled. She was super mega pumped about that.
Where'd you guys see it?
I don't remember. We went to.
I saw it at MB. I went with Jason because I needed to have cultural moments for my degree.
Cultural moments.
Yeah.
Let's go see a movie.
Whatever. We're so far gone right now.
We are, but listen, I watched this really cool documentary on YouTube while I was doing the document, so I need to have something going, like a video or something when I'm trying to do stuff with my PC that's not video game related. And so I just I just got off of World of Warships. I'm like, just look for some battleship documentaries or something like that.
Yeah, battleship documentaries. First thing I would look up.
You that cultural class or whatever that you needed to graduate didn't serve you well, sir.
Battleships aren't cultured. I'm out here looking up trebuchet things. Fuck you, sir.
All right, so you're cultured. You like trebuchets?
Tell me I'm not cultured. I have a superior siege weapon, all right?
So
you're not gonna be able to see. Not going on with that joke.
Timeline has this really cool documentary about the I don't know what the fuck it's called. It was like the sea battle at Jutland or something like that.
Sure.
From World War I. We're like, dude, these motherfuckers with these dreadnought battleships would just line up and shoot at each other.
Oh yeah, we hadn't learned how to fight after the Civil War. We're
like a bunch of idiots.
We just do the same thing in the ocean.
That's literally they'd line up. Fucking this column of British ships was 8 miles long. And they had the freaking Germans who were basically using the same ships, designed exactly the same. They're just like, let's just shoot at each other here, guys. Like, anyways, moving on to
there's something I never understood about old wars, or at least the way that they've been retold and depicted.
Yeah.
At what point should you ever line up with a bunch of people and stand there when there are guns in play?
Yeah, I know.
That never makes sense to me. From any level of strategic things, why would that be the case?
I don't know.
Wouldn't at least one person...
Dude,
I don't care, maybe it wasn't like an honorable thing, but like, if at least one person, somebody, I don't care if it wasn't a general, just one foot soldier was like...
This is a bad idea.
Sir, should we not all stand in front of the cannon fire?
Have you...
Should we split up? Because those are really long reload times. And like, by the time it lands, like, we could probably just get around them and they wouldn't know what to do.
Have you ever been to Gettysburg?
Steve, what rank are you? I don't have one, sir. Shut the fuck up. Line up. Take a shot. I don't care. I'm sitting back here.
That's a really good little snapshot, basically, of how that conversation went.
It's almost like I was there.
Have you ever been to Gettysburg?
No, I never have.
Okay, so that's the one thing, like, that obviously common sense, but it really sticks into your mind when you
are walking it.
When you we're coming to the end of the third day of the Battle of Gettysburg, okay? And this is the famous fucking what's his face there?
What is his face, Matthew?
Oh shit. What the fuck is his the charge? Pickett's charge.
There you go.
Thank you. You didn't help.
But you're welcome.
So, Pickett's charge, okay?
You're about to history some people here because they are not going to remember Pickett.
Not even his idea, by the way. Anyways, don't want to get sidetracked on our
That's how history works. 90% of your stuff isn't your idea. You think Thomas Jefferson, you think Louisiana had the Louisiana Purchase in mind? No.
So you just said that because that stupid commercial plays every 2 seconds.
What commercial? I don't watch commercials. What commercial?
It's on one of these streaming services.
If it's on Hulu, I told you I don't see ads on Hulu.
How does that... We got to talk about that.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, so Pickett's charge. Confederate line marches up to...
Remember that part where I said we wanted to record 2 episodes? This is right in that territory.
I know, right? We're probably like...
No, just keep going.
Anyways, I'm going to shorten this up. They have to charge the Union line, and they have to walk it's like a half a mile or a mile of an open field.
Okay.
They fucking... Like, you stand there where the Union line was, and the tree line that you can see is where they come out of. And they fucking walked the entire distance under artillery fire and, like, just general fire.
Yeah, and there's one guy just drumming along like he has no care in the world.
Yeah, like, Who out of these mother truckers thought this was a good idea?
Yeah, and nobody at one point was like,
if they would have, it's just, it blows my mind. I'm standing there, I'm like, these people are fucking stupid. Like, all right, wow. We should probably talk about
yeah, you should
Cyberpunk
probably
a little bit.
Let's go ahead and go into Cyberpunk. Then we'll go into the deals, and then we will potentially record a second episode where Matt and I just go off the rails about literally everything.
So, Cyberpunk 2077, they showed some gameplay, 48 minutes long. It was roughly the same demo that they showed behind closed doors multiple times that we talked about last week, actually.
Yeah, who makes this game?
CD Projekt Red.
Oh, look at you go.
I thought it was interesting though that apparently they switched up some of the decisions for the gameplay that they showed compared to
the public gameplay.
Yeah, compared to what the closed door ones were. It was so you know how they try to get the drone thing, the spider drone?
Yes. So
they basically, in the closed door demo, they tell the people that the chip will fry them or something like that. There's some like choice that they made that's different. But anyways, I talked to you about it before. What'd you think about the gameplay?
I liked it. I liked what I saw. It looks good. I don't really see too many problems. Some dialogue was a little choppy sometimes, but I mean, it's also a demo that they're walking you through, and you can tell things like when they're going slow through places where I'm like, if there's an L3 sprint, I'm gone, and I'm like moving on. But yeah, I'm still as, I don't want to say hyped because it's the wrong word. I'm still as excited for it as I was before. Mm-hmm. I know where expectations should lie. I'm not the rest of the, screw it. I'm not in the 80% of the gaming community that's a bunch of idiots. So.
Yeah.
There, I said it. Come at me, gaming community.
It's going to be good. It's just, I don't know if it's going to be like, what, the 80% of the gaming community.
It's going to be like No Man's Sky, but with Cyberpunk. Wait, what? Why are you comparing that? That's what I don't want to see happen, and that's what I'm worried will happen.
Probably. Okay. What's next here?
What's next? What's next is right, Matt. What are we going into now?
Deals. Done.
Deals.
Good.
I got them deals and we do them good. Done doing deals. Deals done quick? DDQ?
Deals, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, man, we got some questions tonight, I'll tell you that.
Okay, so do you want me to run through the deals? Do we have to go over Humble Bundle again?
Was there I'll blitz through that one real quick. So Humble Bundle, if you this is your last chance when you're listening to me right now, you have hours left for your monthly one for September, which can be Sniper Elite 4, Tales of Berseria, and Staxel. Or, if you don't like them, you can switch to Rise of the Tomb Raider for those three, and then there are going to be more that come out. Probably by the time you hear us next week, they'll release the rest of the bundle. And then it's gone forever, so that's what your chances are. There's also a digital tabletop bundle, which includes stuff like Ticket to Ride for PC, and I think Android's in there. There's just some random board games that have digital equivalents that you could play. Go for it, Matt.
Oh, I'm supposed to pay attention.
I don't know. You said, did you want me to? And I said, I'd take Humble. So.
PS Plus this month is pretty good. Destiny 2 is free. God of War 3 Remastered is free. Another World 20th Anniversary Edition for the PS3 has cross-buy with PS4 and Vita.
Would you look at that? I don't even know what that is. So.
I don't know either. Cube Director's Cut, PS3, cross-buy with PS4. Sparkle 2.
Sparkle.
PS Vita, cross-buy with PS3 and PS4.
Sunshines and sparkles.
Foul Play, also PS Vita, cross-buy with PS4. And For Xbox Gold, Prison Architect. Available
times.
September 1st through the 30th.
Fun
The
times
Xbox
with that
One.
there architect.
Yeah, that one I've always been interested in. I think it might actually be on my wish list.
It's on my Steam account.
Yeah.
So
you hoard games.
at some point, what we need to do is I need to install it, and I sit behind and judge you while we play.
That's like the story of my life.
That's exactly what I want to record because it'll be way too entertaining for me.
We have to finish that fucking bridge game. There's so many games we have to finish.
Polybridge has so many levels.
Yeah, so does that. What was that other one? That we
Death
played?
Squared
Death Square.
had like 80 something. We're on like 7.
That's kind of frightening because we were starting to struggle. Well, not really struggle, but we had to slow down and be like, all right, how are we going to
All right, listen, there might have been some silliness also happening.
Yeah.
All right, do this, and I'm dead. Nope.
You
can't
wait
do
until
that.
like my brain is starting to shut down because like I'm usually going to sleep and then my
That's-
brain's like, it's time for bed, man.
And that's the good time to get you going because we're not even close
Because I can't
to...
think and I'm
Yeah.
like, let me just run off this side here.
We are not on task. Anyway.
All right. Speaking of, Live Lock. Available September 16th through October 15th on Xbox One. Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. Always good games. September 1st through the 15th on the Xbox One and 360.
Can we discuss that they made only Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Is that after the first 2 sagas? Was it the Clone Wars, like the show Lego Star Wars?
Maybe.
Or is it, I mean...
I'm honestly not even familiar with this one. Sega Vintage Collection Monster World, available September 16th through the 30th on Xbox One and Xbox 360. And for Twitch Prime, there's The Adventure Pals, Guild of Dungeoneering, Gunpoint, Strife Veteran Edition, Pumped BMX Plus. And that's it for Twitch Prime.
Nope, it's just episode. It's Star Wars 3. It's not. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. In terms of things I can speak to about Twitch Prime, Gunpoint, fun game. We've talked about that before. Took me, I think, 4 hours to beat it, maybe less. That's that one where you're the side-scrolling like agent jumping through windows and stuff.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Guild of Dungeoneering, I've seen or I own. I saw at PAX's years ago. You are building the dungeon you're walking through. So like you start with a couple rooms, and then you are adding on what tiles to go where and to do what, to get what gold and defeat what enemies and stuff like that. Interesting. So are you ready, Matt, for the listener questions?
Sure. I'll listen.
This one comes from my favorite person. It's so far the favorite name I've heard. As much as I do love all of our creative names, this one has holds a spot in our hearts.
Oh.
Our hearts, not just mine.
That's frightening.
Want to hear the name?
Yeah.
Or do you want to hear the question?
Well, yeah, I need both.
All right, here's the name then. The name is Devoted Fan.
Devoted Fan.
That's it. But that's what we want. That's what we love here. Devoted fans. You see what I'm doing? Community.
You're hyped tonight. I don't know about you.
Oh, it's all that cocaine.
Cocaine.
Devoted Fan asks, what are your opinions about children and appropriateness of games? Ratings, individual parental judgment, exposure to violence, etc.
We could probably do a whole podcast on this.
Yeah, we could. We could get lost real quick.
I will say, I think, obviously everything could be better. The ratings could be better. The ratings could be more whatever. But I think they're fair. I don't think that like kids can play games of whatever kind. I think it's totally up to the parents. That being said, I think parents need to do a better job of knowing what the games are before purchasing them for kids.
Yes. So having, as both of us have, been on both sides of the war.
Yes.
We have been the kid, and we have also sold the things to the parents.
Yes, which, yeah, having said that, I will tell parents if I think, like, GTA 5 is a good example. If it's like a 10, 12-year-old kid and his mom's like, all right, get in this game, I'm like, this game is pretty bad. Like, I'll just kind of hint at it, and then if they're curious, or usually what I'll get, which is really frustrating, Yeah, it's fine, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
he's played it before at his friend's house. I'm like,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything.
Or there's the ones where I usually addressed it mostly when they were coming alone. When the parents were coming in, say like around holiday time or whatever, to get a game for clearly their child. They'd be like, all right, so his wish list has this, 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 this. And if they didn't ask, I'd be like, all right, well, here's your breakdown. Like, because I'm sure you don't know. But here's where I come in, where I say the same thing, yes. I think the ratings are pretty spot on as far as they can be. Appropriateness of games comes down to the decision of the parent. But the individual parental judgment and exposure to violence, and I guess I'll extend violence to drug use, are the ones where it actually needs to... Oh, God, how do I want to say this without... That's where you as a parent, I think, have to take actual responsibility. Like the same way that you police movies for your children, you have to do for games. Like, you can't buy him GTA 5, right? And then, why would Rockstar put this in this game? My child's playing this game, yada, yada. Your child can be 10 or 11. Same thing with Call of Duties and stuff like that. You bought them an M-rated game, which by definition is 17 plus in this country.
Yeah, I
you
think
slipped up. That's not their fault. They did everything they're supposed to. You made the mistake of either one, not having like conversations or education with your kid beforehand, of discussion of like why things are wrong, yada yada, stuff like that. And then you have the problem of now trying to fix your own mistake. Now, I don't know if it was ever a problem for you, ratings wise, or like getting certain games and stuff like that. I think we talked about it a little bit before with
I mean,
our history with games.
I don't ever recall having like a...
I know there was... Shooters were a hard sell.
Yeah.
My first shooter came with my 360, and that was Halo 3. In terms of like one I owned. I had played Halo 2 and Halo at other places.
I think I'm a couple years older than you.
Yeah, you are.
And I think I kind of slipped in before age gating became a thing.
Yeah, I specifically remember going over to my cousin's, and it was 007 Nightfire on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
And if we weren't playing it and say we were talking about it or something, like, oh yeah, haha, I'm going to shoot you and yada yada and stuff like that, that got poo-pooed real quick. I don't remember necessarily if it was by like my parents. I know definitely his mother was like super like, that's not how we talk. And I'm like, I understand, but I also...
There's
like,
a disconnect.
I'm not about to actually go... I mean, I understand where now, especially with light of recent events and other things, which we could probably mention that event, there are understandable concerns, but it's on you as a parent to either catch things or whatever quickly or first.
You know what we should have done? Is we should have rolled the listener questions
Into the next one?
into the next one.
Yeah.
But
that's all I really want to say on that one. In terms of if this question was spurned from the Jacksonville shooting that happened at the Madden tournament, that's not the game. That is a football game. That is a person who was severely mentally deranged, I guess is a word I would use.
Mentally ill, I guess.
They're mentally ill and had lost in that tournament. And for some reason, the thought in their mind was, I'm going to come back with a gun and shoot people.
Yeah.
That's not so much, that's not a game problem as it is a mental health plus gun problem. And there were more reports, I don't know if you saw it, and I'm not going to get more political than this statement here. There were reports that their cops and whatever had been sent to their house numerous times. He had gone to see a psychiatric person who had deemed him potentially volatile and stuff like this, and somehow still got the weapon. So like there's a whole thing there to be said and yada yada, but that specifically is not a cause of video games is not a cause of that incident. Video games happens to be the place it happened at.
Faux shizzle.
That's not to say we haven't seen people. That's not to say we haven't seen people rage over video games. Like, I mean, you've seen people punch monitors and break controllers and stuff like that too.
There's
but
a certain
still a mental discussion.
It's kind of interesting because, in one hand, we've become very desensitized to like just violence in general. In the other hand, though, we've almost become too sensitive to not upsetting other people. So, like, I don't know. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I did want to say about the rating system is I kind of think the PEGI system's better because
I just like their notifications better at the beginning of videos.
They emphasize age a lot more than our rating system.
Yeah,
does.
where we go from teen to M, they
go.
go.
And the age is in very fine print that you could barely. If you didn't know how the graphic works, you wouldn't know it's there.
Yeah, if you didn't know how the graphic works, or you've never like actually looked at the box or anything.
Yeah.
And the way PEGI does it, I think PEGI has a ton of different ratings.
They do,
but their two most notable ones that you usually see are 16, 18, and there are two differentiate. It's PEGI 16. PEGI 18,
which is,
I think there's a PEGI 14.
Yeah, like which is it's quite obvious what that means.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Our next question
Faux shizzle
is a lighter note for us. From Danielle. From Daniel Eck. In case you're curious, is the head behind Spotify.
Oh boy, did not know that. I'm sure.
So
he's an interesting person.
Here's the problem he has. His phone is currently filled with music. Seems really weird for somebody that has Spotify. Why is your phone filled with music? So I'm getting a Nintendo Switch this weekend. Still a weird solution. Don't think that's how that works. Daniel, we might need to have a separate talk. Just call me. We'll talk this out because I'm not sure you know what you're talking about.
Buy a Zune.
Honestly, he probably could. For the stupid price that they'd be charging right now on a second market. So, with the Switch, and this is going to be kind of an off question for you.
Yeah.
What are our top 2 recommended games for solo play?
For Switch?
And our top 2 recommended games for online play.
Where's the music part coming?
Thanks, fella. Other than their name, I couldn't tell you because here's the thing. Is
that statement a part of the name joke?
I assume the music part is a part of the name joke because he is Spotify. His phone is filled with music, which doesn't make sense if you own Spotify. Why is it not just on Spotify? 2, getting a Switch does not work as a music player, so I'm not sure how that one works. And then immediately is like, what are the top 4 games? 2 in solo and 2 in online.
I feel like we're getting to the points where the questions here are specifically being designed to trip us up.
I feel like they're trying to trip us up, but here's the thing. Daniel, you did really well. You started with a music thing, but when we answered, I won't insult the person. When we insult
yourself.
When we answered Ryan Evan McCann's question last time about video game music, you're doubling down on music. We already answered a music question. Why are you using a music segue? Come on.
All right, anyway, so what was the question again?
Top 2 recommended games, solo play, for the Switch.
Zelda.
I say immediately my 2 are Zelda and Mario. First 2 that came off my head. Boom, done.
I definitely know Zelda's good.
Mario's good. I enjoyed Mario.
I'm trying to think of something else. How is Doom on the Switch?
I would say to play it on PC or console.
But if they don't have either of those.
If you don't have either of those, then I think you're probably all right. Something like Enter the Gungeon might be all right. I have that one. It's fun. Golf Story.
I was going to say Golf Story.
Golf Story is a great time.
I'm trying to think of something different than Zelda. That would be because I wouldn't want to do 2 games that are going to chew up a lot of time. Like maybe something that's like Zelda's deep and you could spend 150 hours on it, but then you could another single player game that might be a little bit more light and
Enter the Gungeon would be up there. Just a bullet hell.
Definitely Zelda though. I think if any game, period, probably Zelda.
Yeah, if we're into like the limits of what, if you have to play 2 games for the rest of this time, what are you going to do? Yeah, and then 2 games for online play. I think the 2 best answers aren't out yet.
Yeah.
If so, my 2 best answers would be Mario Party and Smash Bros.
I'd throw Mario Kart in there.
I'd say those 2 not being out, Mario Kart immediately gets mentioned. Super Mario Odyssey has a multiplayer component to it, but it's better as a single player game. Better online one.
Here's the deal: if I were getting a Switch,
Splatoon.
Oh, Splatoon would be pretty good too.
Splatoon's an online game.
If I was getting a Switch now, I would buy the Switch, I'd buy Zelda, and I would wait because there's
I'd hold.
Smash, there's Mario Party, Pokemon's coming out that has integration with Pokemon Go.
Yep, Pokemon will be in November. So,
which just for the the integration with Pokemon Go is bizarre in the fact that they're both mobile devices. But I could see I'm not the type of person to carry around a Switch, but I'd carry my phone around.
I would say if you're looking to get, I mean, you sound like you're mentioning 4 games. I'd probably get 1 of each. Get like Mario Kart because it's not.
Yeah, Mario Kart's always a good one.
That or Splatoon, there's not really a big progression to them. And you can hop in and out and not have to worry about it. And then take a story-based Zelda or Mario Odyssey.
I don't even think I wouldn't even give them the option. Just say Zelda.
I'm going to give them the option.
Zelda.
Because I finished Mario Odyssey.
Zelda.
I finished Odyssey. I didn't finish Zelda.
Zelda.
So.
See, that's because you had an option.
That's also because I got so much other shit I got to play.
I know, but Zelda is, I feel like.
Anyway, I agree.
Yeah, anyways.
We're moving on. We're wrapping this up. If all goes well, there might be a second episode that releases this week where Matt and I just bullshit about literally anything, but we'll discuss that at the beginning of the episode because I'm not holding it to games that time.
Oh boy.
Later.